In Multaka, I met many friendly people from different country, different culture, different tradition. For progress, it's very nice for me and other people too, I think.
MultakaOxford is a project based in the Pitt Rivers Museum and the History of Science Museum. It's supported by Al Wali Philanthropies, and it brings together people from all around the world to work together for intercultural learning and understanding.
There is so many multicultural here with the different language and different accent.
Obviously, I can't say I've got favorites, but yes, this is definitely my favorite project because it's completely changed the DNA of how we work.
Multaka is an Arabic word and it means meeting point, and it's the perfect name for our project really. We meet people from all over the world and the museums act as a place where it's a source of inspiration and we share our skills, our knowledge and our stories.
It started off originally for forced migrants from Syria and Iraq with the idea of creating a home away from home, and then very, very quickly it opened up to anybody.
MultakaOxford looks at the experience people are bringing into the community in which they're settling and also where they want to go.
We can share information together and have a social connection.
A lot of things to tell about Syria. I feel proud and I feel confident to share it with other people, and every time they ask about specific things, it's opened me a door.
Allows people to have an open mind that the museum is a place of discourse, is a place of learning, is a place of sharing ideas.
Volunteers can get involved in research in the museums, but we also do lots of celebratory events. Our events are always big, happy occasions.
One of the collaborations between MultakaOxford and a local partner is a pop-up display called Palestine Pieces of Me at the Pitt Rivers Museum.
And that was working with Oxford Ramallah Friendship Alliance and the Al Amari Women's Centre in Ramallah in Palestine. Everybody could come and learn about Palestinian culture and heritage, particularly the incredible textiles works that happen in Palestine.
In one room we had the textiles from Ramallah, and in another room we had textiles from around the world. It was a celebration of culture, of history, through the material objects. The wonderful thing about the Alice Celebrates Eid event, it happened in the museum and as a street party in Broad Street in Oxford.
Alice Celebrating Eid was a meeting point to share our culture and tradition as a Muslim celebrating Eid with Alice in the Wonderland Day.
It celebrated all the wonderful characters that you find in Alice in Wonderland, but it also brought together the significant elements of Eid al-Adha. So we had face painting alongside henna tattoos, we had a cupcake tea party, and all cupcakes had an Eid symbol on, and our colouring and fun celebrations all included the sheep, which is really important to the Eid al-Adha celebrations. So we actually ran a stall in Banbury, a Multaka stall, and these were objects from all around the world that the volunteers chose. So we had teapots from all around the world, an old gramophone, we had drums, we had masks, and we met over 400 people that day. And it was all about conversation and dialogue.
I am research volunteer about the first microscope. And it was very useful for me that shared my information to other voluntary people.
It's very exciting when individuals come from all over the world and see an object in the museum and it speaks to them and they know so much information about this object that the museum might not know. And that's where Multaka plays that role of a bridge to help enhance the database and gather all of that information.
The wonderful thing about Multaka tours is that they are all about personal connections. So you will have tour guides looking around the museum and finding connections between objects that they're interested in.
I'm an engineer, but now with the support of MultakaOxford, I create my small own tour, which they organized at Pitt Rivers Museum.
So they look into the history and culture and research the objects. They bring the commonalities between cultures into their tours and to the museum public.
Everybody can benefit from doing projects like this. Individuals get to learn lots of different new skills, lots of new knowledge, but the museum benefits hugely as well because all of the information that we have is in a very limited voice.
A curator was presenting a metal handbag from Iraq from, very many centuries ago. And one of the Multaka volunteers spoke up and says, "My granny has something very similar, it's just bigger. She keeps her clothes in it so that the bugs don't get to it." And you think, we have never thought of that. An object that suddenly was imbued with something very, very personal.
We have volunteers that started with Multaka a few years ago and are now running fashion shows in embassies around the country.
This is opportunity, big opportunity and great opportunity. Every dress I have, it has message to transport for people.
Now that's not because of Multaka, almost it provides a platform and then they step off into the direction in which they want to go.
We are strangers up until we share space. Because of Multaka, because we share that space, that meeting point. We met at the convergence, and then even when we left, we're connected.
I have Ukrainian identity. In Pitt Rivers Museum, I find very interesting art object. It has relation with Ukrainian, with Multaka. I can share with other people this. Many people like it.
I'm very grateful to this project because it gives me confidence in my English and confidence in society.
For me, if I will find any job in the future, always I will be with Multaka. It's a best platform to share the ideas, share about cultures and about civilization. You are human and you will find a common between all of you.